like Fnatic, they had absolutely no answer, and they didn't give themselves much of a chance. They started to get a few rounds, but it wasn't enough, so they're going to have to be very strong off the get-go here.
Here comes the train.
And look at the B stack, and they're actually guessing right because NaVi's already inside the apartments.
They've got a decoy, 2 decoys as well as a flash for NaVi to try and get through here. And it will be Markelov to watch him coming in. And what's he going to throw up? Nice nade, hitting very hard into that NaVi lineup. His former teammates, but NaVi still do have that sight. Flamey moving in to take out Markelov, while Edward gets to play the high ground from up in apartments. And we're into a 3-on-2 situation with Blade stuck at Catwalk. And Bondig is only now just coming back through CT spawn while the bomb has started ticking away. Nice flash. So C's will go down. Blade gets some really good information. He knows where both of these T players are up. Well, I say both. There are 3 of them. So he knows Edwards up high, Guardian on the bench, as Guardian will be dropped by Bondig. But that bomb's still been ticking for a very long time. They have to push in. There's such a defensive positioning. The smoke to give him the cover. Blade's going to be very exposed on the side, however, and Edwards spamming through. He's not finding the shots. He's going to go down. The bomb will get defused, and Flipside will take the first CT round with a successful retake up against NaVi.
But that's the key thing, is that it was a retake. They had a stack toward B. They favored it off to Catwalk. They got a little far outside the site, but they gave up a bomb plant, even with a nade and a Molotov coming out, which was a little late for Markelov. He got the information, tried to fall and throw it. But what this means now is, look, not a lot of investment. We got a couple pistols. Actually, they've gone for head armor as well. So NaVi's gone actually a little deeper into this than I would have thought.
They committed everything.
Because they could have bought in the next round. Now they need kills in order to do that. So they've kind of taken themselves out of that position.
Smokes. It's the A site coming in. Blade's going to give him a double flash. So coming in, Flamey's going to get a little bit blinded. And they really can't see anything. This smoke is, in fact, helping the CTs a little bit more at the moment. As NaVi, there we go, find the poker hole, taking out Blade, going to get through World Edit as well. Bondig still causing him a little bit of troubles jumping over that smoke. He can see at least Zeus, but the bomb plant does go down. So a 3-on-3 situation. If Fam is picked up by Seized, he's so close to Simple, and Simple's not looking the right way. He's getting tagged. But that was from up in apartments, and they actually got Seized. He's hiding in the edge of the smoke until Bondig will come in and see him and shut him down. And Flipside again. This time it wasn't a retake, that was just a simple contest for the A.
Very impressive that they've gotten 2 bomb plants out of this. And again, I always criticize Flipside's CT side. It's already looking like that way. Again, you have guns that time. The first round, okay, it's pistol. Even though you had a B stack, sure, they beat you out. You didn't rotate back from Cat in time. They got a plant. I can excuse it. It shouldn't have happened, but I can excuse it. This round, there should have been no bomb plant from that. So good push in by NaVi to show some aggression. But Flipside's got to tighten up just a little bit more on the defense.
Well, I think Bondig's doing enough work for him right now. He can't get any tighter than he already is. NaVi going for a quick move in, and they're going for the plan again. So Smoke to give him the cover. World Edit's already made the call. Watch for Seized, who's up on top of that ladder, but Bondig, he's picking up 2 more frags. That's 9 already for the half, 3 rounds in. And Simple, from the high ground, there's only 1 remaining, and he's going to take it simply. Flamey will drop, and 3 rounds to Flipside. That was, of course, the pistol from NaVi, though.
Another bomb plant. Good round, though. They didn't lose anyone other than Blade, and like you say, Bondig's been absolutely on point 2 for him again.
This is AWP time and full AKs coming out. You got 6.4K, 6.3K, and 6K on C, Zeus, and Edward, respectively.
Oh, yeah, no, this is easily AWP time. Yep. When you get 3 bomb plants down, you don't buy in that 3rd round. You've easily got the economy to do it.
This man right now, the one we're showing up stats and we're on board with, I don't want to move away from World Edit. This AWP shot in mid's going to really give a big telltale sign of what's going to happen in this round.
And they're 3 stacking mids, so Simple's going to drop. They want to get aggressive. He's already pushed up. World Edit and Blade are going to go connector to support him.
Edward's holding back so far. Zeus moving in through underpass. But Blade's moving into a position where he can watch that. In fact, he's coming in to scout it directly. And there's a T player moving in. We can see him with the X-ray. There's 2, in fact, coming up there. So Blade wants to wait for him. Going to throw the flashbang. And then just spray in. We don't know how much. Well, he didn't connect on anybody with those shots.
He should have been a little bit more disciplined. If he had been disciplined, they would have walked out to him eventually.
Markelov's able to hold the upper apartments. More support's coming over in the shape of Guardian. He's the man with the AWP and battling up against Markelov. Markelov's going to drop him, which means if they want to, they can have a double. They can have a double AWP. But instead, he'll hold on to the AK. Because NaVi not really in a great position. The bomber's moving back over to B. Edward's still stuck in underpass, and Zeus is being watched like a hawk by Markelov. The second he moves into that top of apartments, he's going to drop, which is, in fact, right now. He's up in apartments. Zeus is pushing in very close to Markelov. Markelov, have a look. Okay, nope, Zeus and Edward. They're able to actually get themselves in, but Markelov just patient. Gets the revenge frags, and it's only up to Edward, who came in through the short. He just holds and hugs that post for dear life. Edward doesn't want to buy with this. He's out of time. He's just going to save the weapon. But now Markelov, if he wants to, he can come up, and he will. Yeah, he'll grab the AWP. In fact, they've got the double AWPs now for Flipside. Both have been saved.
Yeah, very good. Very good to win that first gun round. And now they can set this up. Markelov should throw that over to World Edit, or is he going to keep it? Yeah, he does. So World Edit's going to grab that.
Yeah, Markelov has an AWP for Flipside in...
Simple's the one with the closer spawn to mid, but I think he's going to run past. Yeah, so he's going to head over to B with it. The question is, they played it in two positions last night. One was Cat, which is more common, and one was backed by the truck. That's where Markelov's going to hold, so they'll have double op mid presence. Edward's there, but not peeking, and everyone else is setting up, with the exception of Seized, over toward A. He's just going to lurk and try and pull Markelov back.
Well, if he can hold him there, then Flamey, Guardian, and Zeus might be able to punch a hole into A. Bondik's already put that smoke up to start with, so there's no peeking out through your palace. There's a smoke to block out the connector. While Edward's getting back inside of it. Edward's having a bit of a battle with him. Not too much of it, though. As Edward's moved up a long way up on Cat. Looking towards the window. No one's going to be there, so he slips in, takes out Simple. Goes a little bit deeper on Cat. Wanted to get a revenge, but C's already on top of the B site. Spraying out with that Tech 9, going to get the upper hand onto Markelov. And the rotation have to come very, very quickly over to B. C's is holding it, but because the rotations have come, it's opened up for Guardian and Flamey. They're instantly going to move in, and they're going to get the A plant down. Blaze moving back through the connector. And maybe he can just win from the high ground. Flamey's the last man left alive for NaVi, so again, they're able to achieve a plant.
Bondik's going to go the long way, come up from CT. So Flamey's just going to sit at Firebox. But they need to get a little more aggressive on him, because if he finds one kill... Oh, luckily Bondik got that. It would have been a lot more awkward for the two last remaining players, Blade and World Edit. Especially where World Edit had an op, and there was already a good amount of time off the bomb. But I criticized them early for giving up site presence and giving up bomb plants. Doesn't matter on the gun round if they're going to win these ones. So 5 already Flipside. This is a much better start than we're used to seeing from them on the CTs. And if this goes this way, like I said, if we get this to Cobblestone, there's a very good chance that Flipside could actually upset NaVi in this series. So things starting off well. Remember, this is NaVi's map choice as well.
Yeah, it is. And it's a horrible way to start. That whole thing I was talking about with like NaVi confidence playing like a full squad, I'm not feeling it tonight. Their breaches aren't that bad, but Flipside is just playing a better tight defense with the rotations and getting better shots off as well. Bondik so aggressively up as onto A stairs. When NaVi try and push this, they smoke, they flash, and throw everything over the top, but nothing comes in close. So Bondik could potentially mop up these 3 players from NaVi if they don't play this right. With a flash coming in, there's number 1. He can't get the second though. Does inflict a little bit of damage. So this NaVi push, not really coming out as quick as they wanted to. Blaze sitting very, very close. And he's going to get spammed through the smoke. Guardian must have caught a glimpse of him or just felt it in the force. But Zeus coming in for Markelov's rotation. Markelov going to get the upper hand, and Guardian's the last man left alive with bomb and AK. And 45 seconds on the clock. And almost an impossible task to do. 2 AWPs in the M4 against 1 AK. Best of luck.
Oh, gets a little bit lucky though. World Edit not collecting that shot. Tagged up through the box though. That spam spot that's so common, and Simple's just going to go ahead and jump peek this. Markelov's there to support. But Guardian's got time, 22 seconds. If he gets up Cat quick enough, no, okay, I thought he might just go for it and try and get another bomb plant, but...
Oh, he made the run, so it makes him think that he's going over to B, but there's no time to move that fast. So fakes the plant, gets the shot. Guardian playing this round superbly, and managed to force a one-on-one situation. The bomb will give him more time now, as Markelov, that AWP shot gonna miss. Markelov and Guardian both heavily tagged,
well
and Guardian's gonna take a 4th for the round.
So well done, Guardian. Switching over to that op on the way out. Baited off Markelov on the support. And they both came up the same way. I thought he might still get slightly caught off guard by that. You might expect the second player to be back toward window or jungle at that point. But he gets them both. That's NaVi's first round. Huge clutch by him. And now they've got some money to work with. And they've also, because of the kills they've been getting, forced Flipside onto their last buy without winning this round.
Well, that is going to go for that shot mid on Guardian. It's the AWP battle, and Guardian's going to come out on top of that.
But it was actually Blade. Yeah, inside connector. So he took the short angle, and Blade walked right into it.
Well, it actually couldn't see anything after the smoke came down. So already 2 players lost for Flipside, and NaVi getting that momentum. Promotion-based squad. Looks like they find the right hype. Zeus will get dropped in the connector. But the B side already belongs to NaVi. Season's on top of it. Guardian controls Catwalk. Edward's running up through apartments, and Flamey's keeping the rest of the CTs a little bit distracted. He probably won't want to get this kill straight away because they're not going to get the plant down before the time is up. So no huge amount of money coming their way. But they take the round anyway, and NaVi hold momentum. And this forces Flipside into a position where they've kind of got to go to pistol round. There's no other choice with only 2K in every player.
And that's what I was saying, the number of kills they got. Now they've got a chance to get back into this, potentially get 3 rounds. Flipside's got 5. That was a great start for them, but I still want to see them get more. It's more than we've seen them get on Mirage with success in the past. But against NaVi, it's not going to be nearly enough. So Guardian's going to set up Edward Flamey back all over toward A, and Edward's going to come around the corner. No smokes out. They just want to take a straight fight on this. World Edit's already tagged, so Blade's paying passive inside jungle with this pistol. Bondik's up close, as we can see, underneath Shadow. But he's going to have to pick his time exactly when he wants to pop out. Edward gets the first kill, and now they turn around. He checks it. Zeus gets Bondik.
Yeah, Flipside weren't really going for any kind of aggressive CT play with the pistols, getting a really good crossfire. It was just a standard position. They were hoping Simple could have got this flank in time, as he's going to move himself up through Palace. But yeah, they couldn't get the initial pick. Well, the second wall edit took that bullet to the leg. He realized too there was no real way that they could hold on the front lines. That's why I was actually expecting Flipside to maybe just buy 1 smoke, move up to that A stairwell. Okay, Guardian, yeah, definitely not going to die here. So flawless round. I expect them to move up and be a little bit more forward on the aggression for the A, or try and contest up mid. Try and contest somewhere, because your pistol's up against AKs and an AWP. The chance of you winning on Mirage with just that is not that much, but you could at least force a couple of drops in guns.
Yeah, and I kind of agree, because they didn't even really... Obviously, they congested over connector, but you're not really going to get much out of that fight unless they come directly down mid, so you're better to try and get aggressive up close to the entry points. Yep. But World Edit tries to go for Guardian this time. He's got no op to work with, just an M4, and he realizes Guardian's already whiffed off 1 shot at him, so he won't repeat that. Zeus is going underpass, so Simple should get above him, but they're going to have to be so careful. That slight gap in the smoke almost allows for shots to go all the way through and into Zeus. He's down to 9 HP as a result.
Yeah, that was well that he's battling out with him. Blade's going to come in and finish the job looking in, or maybe he won't. He's down to 13 HP after the battle from up in window. Well that it will get the upper hand on Edward. Again, these little smoke corners that have been played by Flipside are so tight. Zeus does not want to move up because it's just an easy second frag for World Edit. And with only 2 players left alive for NaVi, it looks like Flipside's back on the mark for taking this round. The last 2 players already been flagged over on A. And Markelov's even been pulled off B. They want to have every single gun available here to just win. At the same time, Simple does get the pick off on Flamey. There's a revenge from C. He's taking out 2. He's got 1 above him. Where's that drop down? Okay, they wait until they get the proper crossfire. And, well, not the easiest round for Flipside, but still a much-needed one. 6-3 now on the board.
Yeah, good response. Great response, because this is where I'm talking about momentum, motivation, mentality, all of those things, all those lovely M words sticking on their side. And if they start to give up too much here, they give NaVi too much breathing room and too much economy. Now they've got them down to 23 post-buy. So they'll still be able to force out 1 more if they want to. Guardian's going to go back toward mid, try and find a shot toward that window. But again, they aren't playing there. Yeah, World Edit's back in the connector. Simple, though, might come around the corner. Oh, no, they smoked off Cat just now. So he had a chance to go for that counter peek, but he won't be able to get it now.
That's a lot of heavy smokes. Markelov, he's really been so good on this B site. Even if his teammates who are rotating over die, he's still able to pick up 2. Or stop that initial pusher coming from NaVi through apartments every time. Now NaVi, they got 3 players in mid. That bomb's still a long way back. Looking for that long B approach. Almost like Zeus has been told to move back and pick it up. They've only got 55 seconds left on the clock. It's Simple. Moving up very aggressively on the Cat. Before Guardian's able to get the upper hand against Blade.
Guardian was already looking that way when Simple first came around the corner. Otherwise, he was down and out. So good play by him. Simple got discouraged. That gave him the shot and the opportunity to get into A. Simple's already fallen back, though. He knows Edward's near that window, so he's going to support Bondik. But Markelov, low HP, 22, has to make it over and help out because they're coming in quick.
And Bondik is twitching left and right. He doesn't know which way he's meant to be looking. He's worried about the connector pressure, but he's not looking for the other one, which is Zeus, who came back to pick up the bomb coming from a very random place. When Edward, inside that mid-connector.
Yeah, very questionable that Bondik was sitting in the open like that with his back to an entry point. Either push back all the way into the corner or switch to the left side so you're not directly open to that.
There might have also been a missed call. Like the reason he would be in that position,
to be there, but
it would be
still,
if like 3 players were called that they were coming up through mid, and maybe that's what ended up happening.
Highly possible, but still, I mean, it's a very simple thing to do to always make sure that your back is covered. I can't remember who it was that made the video. I think it was Steel. Maybe it was Hiko. Someone made that video that said always having your back along the wall, always having your back closed off to an angle gives you a lot more opportunity, and it makes perfect sense, and that's just a really simple thing that almost should be force of habit.
They have an AFK player right now. Blade is sitting back at CT spawn. We're on raw pistol. He just hasn't moved. Like,
his ping's still coming in and out, so he's definitely AFK.
Yeah, okay, now he's moving. But NaVi have poked a pretty good hole. I like where Simple is. He's coming up the back. Unfortunately, he seized. I think he must have heard him. So they pushed over to B. There goes your mid window. Zeus and Bonnie get to battle it out, and it's going to be a pretty clean round. I don't know if Flipsid were just like, you know what? Okay, stop knifing each other. I don't know if it was just like a simple, you know, it's pistol round. Let's just stop. Let's just talk. Let's not even really care about the round. Move out. Get a couple of frags if you can. That's all. Because Flipside, they I don't know if they can really be unsettled already. Because even on CT rounds, considering the fact that NaVi did get 3 rounds in a row up against them, it could have gone a lot worse for them. There's that mid-AWP battle again.
3 FAMASas to work with as well.
Say mid-AWP battle. It's only on the battle side of Guardian.
Bondik's up close. He's been playing more and more aggressive underneath Shadow, even with this connector setup. So remember, I've talked about yesterday that 2-1-2, but Bondik's still getting more aggressive. He's not playing it from CT stairs, and he's been inside the smokes a number of times. He just hasn't found the kills required, but 1 point the difference now. Good comeback by NaVi. Blade's going to get Zeus. That's going to open things up. Smoke's going to cover off the top point of connector. So Edward got caught out by that because he was looking for that peek, and Simple peeked it in reverse completely perfectly, well timed, and that gave him the kill quite easily.
Yeah, this is that tag team teamwork, and there it is again. Blade for well, that is the trade-off while Bondik. And can this guy get any more frags on the CT half? He's up to 14 already. Doing a lot of work for his team, but the bomb's been scouted out in mid. There's only Guardian left. I don't think he's got any real desire to come in for this one, but he's going to rush for the bomb. Well, that it waits for him and shuts him down. So 7 rounds to 5. Going the way of Flipside here on CT. Bringing down NaVi on that last round. But we've got a heavy buy now coming in from NaVi. They've still got a large amount of money up their sleeves. It's Flipside who are a little bit more strapped for cash.
Yeah, they haven't been able to get out even a single op for World Edit in a few rounds now, not to mention that double op with Simple.
Then again, at the same time, the fact he's not picking up that op now means he's playing with a machine gun from mid connector. Because of that, he's actually had more success, I feel.
Yeah, it can work, of course, and as long as he doesn't take an overextended peek onto Guardian, who's been looking at that spot quite heavily, and doesn't give them the man advantage early, all he has to do is stay efficient and let them walk in toward him. Simple's going to fall back right now and try and support better inside that B site, but they're setting up outside A right now for a take. The problem is they haven't found out any information at connector. They do have a player at underpass that wants to come up and try and get close, but Guardian's still way back behind the boxes. So either they try and take this fight, which they'll do. Flamey, no smokes, wants to go in, or they would have had to wait for the smoke execution. So that one kill right there from Flamey could have changed the round.
It really could. Well, hello, Cease. He's the first one to open it up. Well, to drop. Bondik's on 2 HP, trying to survive.
Spam. Wow, well controlled by Simple.
Only barely survives this one, though, and Cease is waiting for him in mid-connector. 9 HP. Does he look? He looks. The battle of the injured. And Markelov as well as Bondik. They got a lot of work to do here. Zeus is about to get the plant down, the A site. Bondik, he's going to be dropped by Guardian. And there's no other real way in. Markelov sprays up a little bit, but he's going to back up. The plant's already gone down. He gets back inside of Kitchen and just save that M4. It's kind of funny watching Guardian because he was looking. That reason why he was still up in mid was because the last 3 rounds in a row, Simple has been looking to come out through Cat. He was waiting for that opening to catch the guys who are trying to get into connector or who have pushed up through underpass. So
the funny thing
Guardian
about
just
this
delayed
is
a little bit longer.
Markelov's choosing to save. If he knew how little all 3 of them had for HP, he might have considered this. Because we're late in the half. Yes, okay, he saves the gun for the next round, but let's say he gets 1, 2 easy kills if Guardian whiffs, then he's into a one-on-one that's completely winnable. He had more HP than all 3 players up combined, but they would have held good angles. So 7-6, that M4 is going to be all they work with, and then they'll buy out for the end of the half, but 7 rounds is perfect. That's exactly where they need to be to let their T side, even if they don't get the pistol, build into some sort of, I don't know, again, I want to use I'm overusing the word, but momentum to just try and get rounds together. Last night we saw it against Fnatic. They started to get rounds, but it was too late. They lost 1, and then they were out of it just like that. Now they've got a bit of breathing room to move forward.
Wow, Guardian be more aggressive with an AWP. Sitting through that smoke, goes for just a blind shot. But as Flipsid who are pushing up aggressively, both Markelov and Simple C's will be able to drop both of them. In fact, it's going to be Edward who gets the second one there. While Zeus trying to clean up the mid, can't do it with the M4, so switches over to the Rec 9. Takes 2, tries to battle up against Window. That's Blade down to 10 HP. And also forced to retreat out until Flamey will drop him. And it looks like it's going to be a pretty quick round here, as Bondik will also be taken out. 7-7 on the board as we go into our last round of the first half. Who gets to have that 1 round advantage? It could be, well, it could be anybody. It's not a full buy from Flipside, but they spend everything they've got. Couple of Famous, they do get the AWP. Markelov is the man who actually pick up that AWP. Is he going to hold onto it? Yeah, Markelov wants to AWP this round. So he's going to take it to B.
And I was actually told originally that he was the one that was in the double up setup originally with World Edit, that Simple wasn't going to be holding on to it in this map. That was back at the start of March that I was hinted on that, but it's actually, I was actually incorrect. It was Simple that was going for it, so this is a complete change.
Markelov's
again, shows the versatility.
Markelov has to move to Cat right now, or else he won't be there in time to help out his mates. There were 4 smokes committed over to the A site, plus the decoy.
Well, it's a full change of the guard as well, because World Edit's back toward the E-Box stairs right now, and 2 players up close, 1 in Blade, 1 in Bondik. Again, they're going to play this, and oh, it works perfectly because they look for Bondik underneath the stairwell, and he easily got taken down by Blade, and look at the entries. They're all falling apart. Finally, Guardian gets 1 in response with the op. That takes us back to a 1-on-3, but we've seen him do this from this position before. This time he doesn't have the players spread out, doesn't have the bomb to work with, so it's all going to go the wrong way. Markelov, there he is. There's your op finally picking it up, and it's 8-7. Flipside are actually in a very good position for them on this map.
Yeah, I am a little bit surprised, primarily because I did think NaVi were going to play a lot tighter than they were on this T side, but at the same time, you are still accommodating the new player Flamey. The fact that their breaches, they were pretty solid all throughout. I'm not going to say they were flawless because
they did get a lot of bomb plants. If you want to look at it that way, they actually got
initial
inside
plan. You kept losing rounds because of the retake. Though, and I think maybe that was the bigger problem at the first point. It's like they couldn't hold the bomb after they got the bomb.
Yeah, and of course, and the pistol round, they should never got that bomb plant, in my opinion. The second round shouldn't have happened. They were far too passive in Flipside's regard on the A site. After that, they were just well contested. It was actually the rotations that were pretty good. I have to give World Edit credit. We talked about how they didn't have enough money to get him an AWP out. It kind of worked in his favor, like you said, because it brought him, even if he couldn't get that early pick, even if he couldn't take the fight that he's used to taking against Guardian inside mid, it did bring him a lot closer to that A site, which actually complemented Bondik's A style underneath the shadow, allowed Blade to also come over, complement that, pulled him off the connector, and then World Edit was 3 steps away as opposed to 15 steps away at Windows.
I also like too how it gave them the crossfire with Simple coming from Cat. So when they try to push up through mid or they try to come through underpass, you're being attacked from window, you're being attacked from the connector, and you're being attacked from the short. It's like, so how are we meant to try and breach all the way in? We can't do it.
The other thing that was a little bit predictable is that NaVi never really threw out a B strategy in the middle of things. Obviously, we saw it in the pistol round, but it never really left any guessing for Flipside. It became almost predictable. They were going to contest mid early. They'll play one over to try and get a rotation from Markelov, and then all of a sudden, they'd hit A. They'd hit A. They'd hit A. And as long as they stayed alive long enough to take that fight, they had a chance. But pistol rounds underway. NaVi sees them in their tracks. 3 kills easily for him.
And he just aimed for nothing but the eyes. And he got 3 of them. It was such an aggressive push. NaVi read that very, very well, too. They just left one player over on A. They dragged a couple more over to the B side. And they're going to take the first pistol round. And here's that moment. Actually, this was Blade. He was the only floater. The only floater for Flipside, but this is the moment. The fact that Cease, if he held back, he would have had nowhere near the same level. Because basically, NaVi, Flipside were caught off guard. They were caught when it was the point where he wanted to move up to give the maximum amount of vision. You see who's going down to underpass, who's sticking up on top. Maybe they're waiting for a delay push into B. It was just an information run, but ended up being a triple kill.
Good nade out. That bounces off Tetris, does a little damage to Blade, but they're already past him. Finally, Guardian gets one in response, but oh, they're already here. Blade's going to go down. Easy kill. Look at Guardian. MP7.
It's not clean, though. It's really not clean, this. So we're in a 2-on-2 situation. Simple was able to grab that P90 from before. The Seized with the M4 doing a huge amount of damage to Bondic down to 28 HP. Sitting behind the bomb site as they're trying to bang through the boxes. Guardian's going to get the kill. So the M4 and the Scout will end up being saved. A couple of Tech 9s given over. In fact, he's going to drop the Scout to pick up the P90. The P90 got maybe 10 bullets out of the chamber before he dropped. But either way, that's going to be a retake now from NaVi. And they go 9-8 onto the board.
Yeah, so great start. Again, but I mentioned last night when this happened and Flipside didn't get the second half pistol, they were just too far out of it. They started to get the gun rounds, but it wasn't enough. Now, okay, sure, they didn't get the pistol, which would have been absolutely lovely for them and would have given them, in my opinion, they never would have turned back. They never would lose the lead in this game. They've still got breathing room to get back into it, so we'll see how that goes, and we'll see if they can get the control of this early on. It looks like they're going to head toward B to try and do it right now.
That's a really late move from Guardian. He's only just reached the window, but World is not peeking anyway. But Guardian's got the AWP, and he's going to jump down. He knows he's getting smoked out, moves to connector, takes out World Edit, and then backing up very quickly, realizing that again it's going to be a B pressure. Blady ran up through Cat last time. This time he's been forced in through underpass. Cease as well as Edward. They're the ones with the crossfire. And again, Cease just racking and stacking them in the apartments. Taking Bondic, and Gunny's going to wrap it up with Blade. Cease able to cake another triple kill. He skyrockets himself to the #1 killer on NaVi with 25-11 on the board for him. And Flipside, it just seems like they're getting shut down every time they try and push in through B. We still haven't seen a proper A contest just yet. There's still just been this floater onto the mid.
Oh, we're going to see guns come out now. So Flipside only getting 5 AKs out. Guardian, of course, straight to his 8WP and see how he chooses to wield it. Of course, already toward mid-window right now. Blade is the one with the bomb, and he's leading toward A, as we can see. So we'll see if they go for that setup on it. They've got one player coming underpass, so yeah, they want to split through mid right now. Markelov's going to be the player there.
At the same time, he should be very much aware.
Whoa, he's going to get caught with a nade.
That was a little bit of panic. Didn't realize where to go after that nade flew his way.
The timing was brilliant from Edward that time, so he goes down. Guardian's going to get World Edit. This is falling apart. Flipside wanted to execute, and it just went wrong from the very get-go. They actually had a chance had they not lost the player at underpass, because that would have changed things massively. They had a player aggressively at Cat that would have been caught out from a double push. So NaVi with a little bit of luck in their timing and then great skill from then on. Take a round with ease and back to pistols again. So Flipside's got to be careful. They can't afford to do another one of those. Next gun round, they have to win.
I would like to try and prove myself right and say, you know, this is the coordination I was searching for from NaVi. This is what I thought they're going to bring to the game. But really, a lot of the work in this map has been done by Seized. The fact that every time Flipside has sent a floater or they sent a big strike force over to the B, it's just been shut down. Now the fact that Guardian opens up the account, taking World Edit out in the mid, again, is just tightening up the angles and the options for Flipside to come in. Like, they got one, it's Markelov, in fact, who's now going to drop, and a very flawless round coming out there from NaVi, going now 12 rounds to 8. They're just holding their position so strong, and Flipside, they're not getting close enough to contest them, or they're not getting the picks from range in order to open up the map for them to come in. Now they're going to try and find these picks with the double AWPs. Simple as well as World Edit, picking up the AWPs.
Yeah, we'll have the full money bonus in effect as of this round as well, so Double op means, yes, they use a lot of it. They may not be able to force out what they want. They'll have to go back to Galil's in the next round if they don't win it. But let's see. Like I said, they have to win the next gun round. This will dictate the game for me very much so. Oh, what? Oh. Simple was looking for the jump. He wasn't looking for the push. He saw his leg, and he couldn't get the shot off. So down he goes. Guardian changing things up massively at B this time. And now he's going to go Cat. Great dynamic play, but World Edit catches him.
And the fact that Guardian, it was his way up then. That was the reason why he didn't see the jump coming in. He came over the top of the truck, hugged on the right. And the vision just wasn't there. The fact that he also copped a nade before that shot came out means it didn't have to be any kind of real heavy shot. He just had to connect with that op.
There's no one else close to Blade. He just got one inside the A site. If there was a second player on the A ramp to walk up, they would have realized there was no one else home. They still have bomb. Now it's going to rotate through T-spawn. The problem is that one entry kill now pulled your rotators out of B. You've got one at window, one close on Cat. They're going to find a way to distract. They're going to need to.
CSNet would have to come back. They have to come back right now.
So they've second-guessed themselves on NaVi's side.
Okay, now Edward's moving. The smoke's coming out. Flamey's made the call. But Edward's having to come all the way up through the CT spawn. At least Flamey's able to get the initial kill.
He's going to get joined by his teammate now as well.
And look at Seized. He's on a mission from God right now. Coming up through the back. Quick, hut. Into the palace.
Oh,
and Flamey and Edward just team up together. Markelov will be able to get the upper hand, but you see Seized there in our picture-in-picture. He's that man that's going to come in and stab Markelov in the back. And in fact, the time is out and he still will end up dying.
I think Bondik's assumption was that there was one still toward Connector and that he couldn't plant on the outside of the box even though his teammate was on top of Tetris. So he went to the inside. That flash caught him off and then it was an easy kill from up and above from Flamey. If that had gone the other way, if he had tried to plant on the outside that round, we'd still be in it right now. We'd probably still be fighting for the defuse. So NaVi get away with it, and like I said, next gun round to me really would determine the game, so I think NaVi at this point have to walk away with this. They only need 3 more rounds, and flip side, like I say, normally T-sided, haven't found anything yet.
Yeah, they're buying up whatever they've got. There's not a lot of money left in the kit apart from Blade, who's got 1.6k. And in they come. He opens up the account with Flamey. But can they get all the way in? Checking the corners. The 3-in connector. Edward's going to get the AWP shot onto Blade. As that jump over from Simple didn't end up happening, but the plant is down. Bringing us a 4-on-4 situation. There's still 3 CTs trying to play from connector while C's playing from the CT stairs. And they managed to bring down Walt Edit. So there's only back at the stairs and over towards Tetris. They got to play around to kill off flip side. Edward's waiting for that peek, and now he's going to get it. Still a one-on-one trade. Markelov from down inside Tetris gets the kill. And there's only one player left alive. It's not going to work for him. NaVi will take the round. And flip side, apart from the money on Bondik, they do have the money bonus, but
this is so unusual.
It's rough. It's rough.
So unusual. NaVi is countering them perfectly with an aggressive defensive style. They utilize teams that play passive. Liquid, for example, ESL qualifier. They didn't get rounds, and then all of a sudden they realized they were playing outside the smokes. They rushed in, got those bomb plants, but NaVi's not giving them that chance, and it's really exploiting a weakness in Flipside's T-side that I'm not used to seeing from them. So this is very good play from NaVi, and it's very, very frustrating for Flipside. If this continues on all the way into Inferno, this is going to be over in 2.
They're getting done on crosses. Blaze down to 16 HP, and that nade is going to finish the job. The AWP is lost in mid. Zeus will take care of the, well, maybe he won't fully take care of it. There's Markelov trying to come in through underpass. Simple's coming back for the bomb. That's probably an even bigger thing. The fact the bomb was scouted in mid and Seas is on the flank.
And Seas is going to get this kill easily. The issue with that is it's Blade that had the bomb that took that peak middle. He's your strat caller. He's your brains. It's very surprising that you would see him.
Watch Bondik and Flamey. Flamey thought he was doing a real good job to come in and just control up the T-spawn. But he was expecting someone like Bondik to move out of Palace. And sees him coming. And with a Molotov, man, even if they reach this bomb, I don't think they're going to be able to get it to a plant in time. And there it is. So NaVi take the 23rd round, giving him a 1 round away from victory. That's horrible grammar. For taking out map number 1 before we then go into cash. Auto sniper Flamey.
And look at the
double
money they've got.
AWPs from Edward and Guardian.
14-6 for Seized right now. 84 for Zoo.
Rolling in it.
I
it's
can't
Scrooge
see this
McDuck,
ending
man.
Any
It's Scrooge
sooner than
McDuck. Dive into the pit of coins. Your pot of gold, you could say. Right,
That's your cue, chat.
Yeah.
Subs.
You got the emotion, subs. Let it rip. Right, so Flamey's the man with the auto sniper trying to play a get right position. Sitting in the back of the A stairs. C's getting completely smoked out here, and that's going to allow for at least a tip for tat. What will have to drop for that kill. And Zeus under pressure. Has the AK defending window. Looking now up to the ladder. He's going to get the kill there as well. Blade trying to flank him behind him. While Bondic is able to get himself over to the A site. They open it up. So it's up to Edward as well as Guardian now. Edward's coming in through Catwalk. While Guardian wants to move in through jungle. And that's where the bomb carrier is. It's Blade who's waiting at the CT connector. Guardian just moves up. One shot to the scalp. Nothing but head. And Bondic is the last man to save it for his team. He's not wielding the AK. He's bringing in the pistol instead. He does not want to walk through that little hole. Okay, now brings up the AK, but Guardian shoots him in the back. Point blank range with the AWP. Map number 1's going to go the way of NaVi. And Flipside, yeah, problems in map 1.
And major problems. And like I say, NaVi read them perfectly and played a defense that really exploited the fact that they come into the site